All right, this is Counter Shot. Just doing a quick review of the fight between Benavidez and Caleb Plant from Saturday night. It was a really good card, so I'm gonna try to make this really brief. So, as you know, David Benavidez did win the fight. It was a decision, and they actually had it closer than it really should have been. That's okay. The point is, David Benavidez won. It was an easy win, really. Now, I had predicted a round 8 victory. If anybody saw my earlier video, here's the thing. There were some unexpected events that took place. As soon as the fight started and I saw Kenny Bayless was the referee, I looked at my daughter and said, he's going to change my prediction. And he did. So I'm just going to get this out of the way. In round 8, David Benavidez was about to finish Caleb Plant off. The fight was over, trust me. If you didn't see it, when it's available for you to see it, if you can possibly see a clip of the entire 8th round, you will see what I'm talking about. He was gone, done. And Kenny Bayless stepped in and stopped the fight, only to give Caleb Plant a long rest and recuperation. On the count, I guess he did it on a cut. I can't remember now. I think it might have been because of cut. But it was not anything that was causing blindness. It wasn't hanging. His skin wasn't hanging. But he saved him from getting knocked out in the 8th round, and that's kind of the way the fight went. He didn't give Caleb Plant any warnings during the course of the whole fight, and Caleb Plant literally held or attempted to hold the entire fight, which I knew he would try to do that because he can't fight on the inside. So basically, the way the fight went, it was in the beginning. If you listen to how most people have scored this fight, it just seemed so much closer than what it was. But the truth of the matter is, with what I was looking at, Benavidez was having absolutely no problem doing what he had to do to get the result he wanted with Caleb Plant. I had said that he would pressure. He was going to have pressure just the whole fight, that he would
he would walk him down. That's what he does, and that's pretty much what he did. Plant tried to start out quickly, I think, and maybe kind of surprised Benavidez a little bit, but his attack wasn't as effective as everybody tried to make it seem. Uh, he got a few shots in. It's a fight you will, but nothing nothing big, nothing that was of any significance. And in fact, he was having most of his shots blocked by Benavidez's high guard. So um, he didn't really have an answer for that. Of course, like I said, of course he landed a few punches, but he didn't really have an answer for anything that Benavidez wanted to do, except for to hold, like I knew he would. And he tried some tactics, some other tactics, some low blows and headbutting and things like that. But that didn't do him any good either. It The pressure was just too much for him, and like I said, leading into the fight, I don't think he has a chance, and it's definitely not a 50-50 fight. And the thing is that he tried to use his jab, and I'm not dogging him. He did the best he could, but it just wasn't enough. He tried to use his jab. Benavidez has a better jab. Benavidez knows how to slip and move and block and parry and everything else. So it's not like anything he hasn't ever seen. So Caleb was on the move. He was really trying to box. He really was. But like I said, leading into this, Benavidez knows how to cut the ring off. He's experienced, as young as he is. He's 26, apparently, I believe, 26. So but he was cutting off the ring. Uh, he didn't get in a rush. Some people felt like he was frustrated and so on and so forth. But there are two types of frustration. There's the frustration that is like, man, this dude is holding, and I'm trying to fight, and he just keeps grabbing, and the ref's not saying anything, and it's more disgust. You're just disgusted with this guy because he's he's not really bringing the fight. He gives the illusion that he's bringing the fight, but he's not really bringing the fight. So Plant would, he would jab, jab, and try to move around and move around. I said he doesn't have the best footwork anyway. He thinks he does, he doesn't. Benavidez would cut, and again, Plant allowed himself to get backed up to the ropes more than he should have, more than I would have allowed. If I were in his shoes, like if you know how to fight off the ropes, that's one thing. But if you don't fight off the ropes very well, then you don't have your back to the ropes too much. And he's the one that requested the 22-foot ring, a little bit larger ring, and he tried to make good use of it. He really did. But when he was on the move, Benavidez would walk him down. When he got to the inside, he was holding it in the maybe third or fourth round. I don't remember. Benavidez kind of got tired of the holding, and he was posting or framing, whatever you want to call it, but he was having to use this forearm a little bit just to pry Plant off of him, get a little bit of space, try to get him off of him. That's how bad he was hugging and clenching his arm. And I told you guys how he has a habit of trying to grab the man's arm when they get to the inside because he doesn't know what else to do. He doesn't know that much. He doesn't know too many things to do. He just moves into that particular posture. He would come out and flurry. He would jab, jab, try to get to the inside. He hit the body. He landed a few good body shots, and he would try to flurry and throw some fast combinations, but he just couldn't do much because, like I said, Benavidez can counter as well, inside, outside. Like I say, the more advanced counter moves. The guy's a beast, and it just wasn't a good night for Plant, unfortunately. And he did end up, going to the hospital. They say it was a routine check, but it's never routine when you have to just go to the hospital, following a fight or anything else. That's not routine. Uh, so they really shouldn't say that. But I think he's okay and everything, and that's good. But he just didn't have any answers for Benavidez, and he really looked like he had taken a beating, like he had gotten mugged in a back alley or something. It was rough. Now, like I said, I was a little upset because my prediction was round 8 that he would get out of there, and he was going. And I want everybody, if they didn't see the fight, even if they did see the fight, you have to go back to round 8. Look at what happened in round 8. And if you know fighting, you know that he was done. His legs were gone. He was done, and he was hanging on to Benavidez for dear life. And Kenny Bayless saved him. Kenny Bayless saved him the whole fight, I might add. He didn't warn him at all, and he kept going to Benavidez's corner, trying to warn his people. So I thought that was a little bit off, but that's what he chose to do. He's the referee, and I'm used to seeing him, do his weird stuff. So it wasn't any surprise, but at the same time, it wasn't very professional how he handled it. A lot of people are complaining about that, I have found. So I think it's interesting, and I'm going to play a couple of clips. Audio. There's some audio that of David Benavidez and some of his reactions and things like that, and I'm just going to comment on that. I'm going to try to get out of here.
Satisfied because I didn't get the knockout, but this is a great things I can tweak in my game to make sure I get the stoppage next time. But also, I feel like I don't want to throw Kenny Bayless under the bus, but he didn't call Caleb Plant out in any of the clinches he was doing the whole fight. And I think if Kenny Bayless would have said something about the clinches, maybe it would have stopped Caleb from trying to clinch, and I would have clipped him. But I was hurting him a lot of times. Busted his eye open. Hurt him to the body, and I can still get better. But I'm just I am satisfied with this.
So you heard that. That's kind of the story of the fight.
And I don't know if you see me in the beginning when I was in the ring, I was just smiling and shit, bro. I was just living in the moment. It's everything I've been working for since I was 2 years old. I told myself I was gonna be here, and I was just living in the moment. I'm very happy with the way everything turned out.
So it goes back to what I was saying before the fight. This is a man that smiles while he's whooping people's behinds, and that's the level of comfort that you kind of don't want to mess around with. There's a confidence and a comfort there, and with the fact that he's going to do what he's got to do, and he was smiling in this fight, and he was smiling, and as the fight was going, he was kind of already letting the beef between them go. He's the type of guy where after a round he smacks the guy's glove like, yeah, this is a good fight, let's go. And Plant wasn't having any of it. It's kind of funny.
They were impressed with you. Everybody was impressed. Yeah, but they're always talking shit about me. Everybody's always talking shit about me until I show them what I can do. Bro, all the fucking critics saying I can't do nothing, I get hit by all these shots, this and that. I wouldn't even get hit, bro. You just got hit by a headbutt. He was headbutting. He was headbutting you. And that low blow, what was that all about? If you seen the fight, I had heard him the round before, the last second, and then he came out fucking low blowed me right at the beginning. He took a page out of Felix Trinidad. But no point deduction. Exactly, bro. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that was stupid blatant. He walked out, and immediately, I don't know which round that was. It might have been 9. I don't remember, but it may have been following the round he should have gotten knocked out in. But he walked right out, and his first punch was just a severe low blow. No warning, no point deduction, no nothing. And it was just, that was kind of shameful there, but he was trying to survive.
And I don't know if you see me in the beginning when I was in the ring.
Yeah. So
they were impressed with you. Everybody was impressed. Yeah, but they're always talking shit about me. Everybody was talking shit about me until I show them what I could do. Bro, all the fucking critics saying I just played
that one. I wanted to comment on that because, the critics and everybody, he's talking about how uh, he does things. They say he can't do certain things, or he doesn't have. He can't cut off the ring, or he can't do this, or he can't do that. But as I was saying prior to the fight, he's doing what he needs to do to win. If he doesn't have to be highly technical with a guy, he won't be, because he's beaten him, and it's by design. He doesn't. There's no need for him to do that. Now he showed a little bit extra the night of the fight. He showed a little bit more, but again, he didn't have to show much more. He was handling his business, and it was easy. It looks pretty easy. I'm not saying he just walked over him, but by God, it looked like he got walked over. Um,
I don't know. I guess now when you get hurt, it's your favorite. The fucking referees give you timeout. Now,
one more time.
I don't know. I guess now when you get hurt, it's your favorite. The fucking referees give you timeout. Now.
So, he said if you're the favorite, thing to do now is once you get hurt, then the ref just gives you a timeout, and it's what happened. It's just the truth.
I did everything I said I was gonna do. I was gonna beat his ass. I said I was gonna send him to the hospital, and that's exactly what he did. It was yeah, I gotta give it to him. He was a warrior, but the person who saved him was Kenny Bayless, bro. Kenny Bayless, and he was warning me for not for fucking fighting, and Caleb Plant was hugging, throwing low blows, and he didn't tell him shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I think if Kenny Bayless would have penalized him, it would have been a little bit different. But I think it's just an eye opener too. I gotta go back and tweak some stuff at the gym, but you.
So, there's frustration there. And, that's going to be the case. But he doesn't have anything to be ashamed of or complain about. He did everything that he needed to do.
And yes, my plan is to break his fucking jaws. That's what I'm gonna do.
This was before the fight.
Are you also going to be, the counter? Everyone's expecting to go forward, but are you trying to show your more skilled fighters with counter punching? He likes to, stab to the body with that Mayweather type jab to the body. Do you think you start countering that as the fight goes on and things like that? Yeah, there's a lot of things we could do that I haven't really had to show because nobody's really made me work for anything. The thing about our fights that they don't see, Caleb Plant has to be perfect defensively and offensively, and he only has 13 knockouts. Supposedly me, I do everything wrong, but everybody I get in the ring with, I knock out or I stop. And now that we got a great game plan with Caleb Plant, I mean, I'm going to definitely show everything because I'm going to have to show everything. Counter punching, there's going to be some boxing in there. There's a head movement. There's all this stuff we worked on. We worked on a lot of different shit this fight, so I just can't wait to showcase it on Saturday.
At any rate, he did what he said he was going to do. And like I say, I don't want to take anything away from Plant. I don't care for Plant too much, but it's just things he says, like his walk-in music was just stupid. I don't know, something he's trying to prove or something that he's got going on in his mind that seems like he would he'd be beyond all that at this point. But the song he walked out to, or the chant or whatever it was kind of silly. Nobody cares. He fought hard. I agree with Benavidez. He did fight like a warrior. He could have quit, and his corner almost threw in the towel. They didn't. I'm glad. I just hope he's not got any really bad injuries. But the entire fight night, the whole card was really good. It was a good night. I want to see another good card like that. I'd be really interested to see who David Benavidez is fighting next. And this guy's tough. We'll see. Canelo might actually decide to fight the guy. Charlo's talking smack, but I honestly don't believe that Charlo's gonna step up to the plate and fight Benavidez. He might. I mean, it'd be a really, really excellent fight, but I don't think Charlo's gonna step up and do it. It'd be nice if he did, but we're just gonna have to see. Either him or Canelo would be really good, or even Demetrius Andrade. He won't pronounce his name. I think he gets sick of trying to explain it to people, but everybody says Andre, but I think that's actually wrong. But even Demetrius Andrade, I think that any of those three guys would be, it's a good fight, any of those three, but I'm not sure who else out there. But just have to wait and see what's next for him, and we don't know what Plant's going to do either. Like he's still got options. You know, he lost to Canelo, which is one of the best fighters. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. So he lost to Canelo, and he lost to a guy that everybody's afraid of. So it's not like it's in my eyes, it's not like it's some career-ending situation. And plus he can go back to the drawing board and get some more people working with him. He can clean up some of the things that he's not very good at that I've talked about. And because you're never too old to learn. You should always be soaking in new information, taking in more and more and more. But there's things that he didn't get when he should have gotten it, and those things you definitely want to reach back and try to grab if you're made aware of it. So I said one thing also about that fight leading into it, and it should have ended, like I say, in the eighth. Now with Kenny Bayless not, you know, uh, not doing what he was supposed to do and changing things, it could have changed things in a number of different ways, but he was definitely knocked out in eight. He was done. At any rate, I had said he would have to fight a perfect fight in order to win against a guy like David Benavidez. But I said, but even if he fights a perfect fight, I still don't see him winning the fight unless he has crooked judges. And he fought. Now it was dirty. He got dirty with it. But if the refs don't do anything, he's trying to survive and he's trying to win. So the ref didn't do anything. They gave him every opportunity to win the fight. I said the best that would happen if he fought perfectly would be that he survived the fight, that he made it to the end. If he fought a perfect fight, well, he was allowed to pull out everything, even the kitchen sink. He fought hard. He did everything he could do. So in a way, that was about as good as, or about as close to perfection as you could get. And with that, with him doing everything that he could do and throwing everything at Benavidez, it was only enough to get him to the end of the fight without being knocked out. So, but it was still a very entertaining fight. So that's that. Just wanted to throw that out at a weird hour. Did it live, so I wouldn't have to upload and do anything else with it. And hope somebody checks it out. And we'll look forward to another good one, because we're going to have to see what's going to go down with Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia if Ryan doesn't pull out, because I think that's probably the next most exciting fight to be done. So peace.